Oh, wrong scene. Ha! That was my bad, guys. I hit the wrong scene. But hey, everybody, it's ChiefDucky. Welcome to the channel. Tonight is the first night of Relic Hunters. And we'd also like to apologize for any technical difficulties that occur. This is over Facebook chat. We're trying to make things work for at least for tonight. Hopefully you enjoy. And I'm passing it over to my buddy Josh.
Oh, you mean me?
Yes, bud.
Okay, good. So, welcome everybody in the chat. This is our first and premiere episode of Relic Hunters. I forgot. What did I forget? Of course, I was told to have something set up and I dropped it. I apologize.
You had one job.
Hey, I'm orange. We're fine. So to start off tonight, again, thank you, chat, for coming and watching us. I want to start this off by thanking Scabbard, of course, our wonderful host and our one of our players, Relic Hunter, Mr. ChiefDucky. I also want to thank Mr. Mike Jen for helping us out, at least giving us a couple shout-outs, along with Reckless Fox, along with Dangledoo, and so many others. Morphin Network for posting on Facebook. Also, a big one that I want to shout out to is Hyper RPG, allowing me to post in the group.
Awesome.
They helped the Ranger fan base get into D&D and just explode. So I do want to thank Hyper RPG as well, along with me taking a lot of keys from them, and I won't say paying homage. There we go. So. Yes, I do want to go ahead and tell you guys out in the chat that and my players tonight, if you guys donate or feel giddy and want to donate $5, we will do a spin on the wheel and that'll give you 3 options. My hunters are excluded from this because they are not allowed to donate.
What?
Yes, but if the spinner can land on either a +1 for a hunter's next roll, a -1 for a hunter or my next roll, whoever is going next, or they could get a free D6. And like I said, for each $5 donation, we'll spin the wheel once. If you donate more, please let us know in the chat with a hashtag. Also, I don't know, but I want to say, Mr. ChiefDucky, is it every 30 or for the first 30 or the
Oh, okay, you know what? I got it. Yeah. For the first 30 subscribers, we are doing
just the 30th, just the 30th subscriber.
Just the 30th.
30th.
Yeah,
okay,
we've only got one.
Okay, the 30th subscriber tonight. Like, if we see, well, I don't have alert box up, but I do have Streamlabs up to get the notifications for it. So I apologize if it doesn't appear on screen. I was kind of rushing. I had 30 minutes to put this together, but hey, it happens. But tonight, for the 30th subscriber, if it happens, if it does not, over the course of the next couple of weeks, whatever, 30th subscriber,
It will happen.
The 30th subscriber will win this issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue number 28.
Wow.
And it is the variant cover.
Oh,
of
I didn't know
Jason
that.
Gold Theo. Yes, it is.
Wow.
The vintage variant.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Let's let the viewers.
That's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Everything's
But before we do get started, this is run on a D6 system, again paying homage to Hyper RPG and Hyperforce, but it is with a little twist. I've added some little personal elements. We've got all our hunters here, and we may flub sometimes, say Ranger. We are Relic Hunters. All my players are Relic Hunters. To start us off, let's go ahead and hit that intro, Mr. Chief.
Before we hit the intro, a special person in the chat wants to say "Love you, Daddy" from Bray and Coop.
Oh, my heart.
All right, guys, this is the intro. Now, sorry about that. Anyways, here we go. Everybody, shut the fuck up.
Centuries ago, a relic war began that nearly destroyed our world, scattering the relics across the globe. Now Lord Von Helsing has returned, and a new group of heroes must stop him. They are the Relic Hunters.
that was the opening, guys. I do apologize for the. I completely forgot the tiles were still there. That's my apologies. I completely forgot about that. But
hey, it still looked good. That intro was boss.
I'll play it at the end because I felt like that was a major flub on my part. Fuck me. But yes, we'll get that fixed next time. But yeah, anyways, Josh, back to you.
Oh, back to me. I'm messing with one of our special guests for tonight.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're getting
Oh
pretty.
no, he's naked.
Are you getting pretty handsy with him?
Yes, I am, and his eye keeps falling off. Anyway, we'll introduce him later. With the intro being said, welcome again to Relic Hunters. We're actually going to start off with our Mr. Unknown. He's kind of he helps with the whatchamacallit, I'm blanking, artifacts, and that is our Mr. Ryan Ryder.
Hello.
We're actually gonna zoom in on Mr. Ryan Ryder real quick.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah, just zoom in.
Oh jeez.
Mr. Ryan, will you go ahead and start us off by rolling a d6?
Oh,
and if
boy.
you roll a d6, I'm gonna come through the screen.
Well, then you're gonna hate me. Because it's a 6.
And it begins.
There we go. It's a 6.
Mr. Ryan, you are walking us, or you are walking out in the street, headed, I'm guessing, towards, where do you want to be headed?
Well, I'm still in a movie shoot. Right? I got about a day or 2 left of filming, so I'm just coming off of my lunch break, going back to set.
All right. Well, you are now approached by what looks like it's about dog size. It's not oversized, but it looks like a wolf has just approached you and is trying to tug on your pant leg.
Whose animal handler is missing a wolf? Can we? Hello. Can we take care of this, please?
This little wolf is trying to drag you somewhere. Do you follow? What do you want to do? Since you did roll a full 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, oh jeez. So I'm going to ask, again. Seriously, is there no handler here?
No
All right, fine.
answer.
All right. Let's go. Where are we going? Lead the way.
The dog starts to pull you to this this giant. You know it as the theater. It is this giant building, a couple blocks from the square. And as this wolf is kind of pulling you that way, you run into someone you might be a little familiar with, maybe passing. This is our Mr. Kyle, where you are, Mr. Kyle. You're kind of standing outside of the theater right now. I keep looking down, and I apologize, guys. But you're standing out of the theater. You're waiting to do your next stunt. You've already been given your orders and whatnot, what you need to do. So you go ahead and roll me a d6, Mr. Kyle.
All right. 1.
And it begins.
Okey-dokey, this is gonna be fun. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and say you have started your stunt, which you're actually on a small, tiny motorbike, and you're riding down the street. You're heading straight towards this theater. They've got most of it blocked off. Of course, Ryan's allowed through because he's consulting on this movie. In front of you, Kyle, you see a little vial kind of roll out of nowhere, and you see a very sickly looking, kind of skinny guy run towards trying to pick up the vial. He runs through this. He is not supposed to be there. Since you did roll a 1 on our wondrous occasion, you crash into this gentleman full force, taking 5 damage straight to the face, falling off, hitting your elbow. This sickly looking guy was actually a little bit sturdier than you thought he'd be. You did knock him down, but he's still more worried about the vial rolling in the street. So, what are you doing right now? You just skid hard.
So, I get back up. No reaction, not like going ow or anything to the pain.
Okay.
Dean, what just happened? Some guy just ran out in the road. I tried to swerve, and we crashed. Well, no, duh. Why did it happen? Everything was supposed to be blocked off.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Kyle. Ryan, you see this. You see this guy just crash. This little sickly guy gets knocked over. The guy on the bike you would recognize as the stunt double for the movie just crashed, and he gets up like nothing happened and starts talking to himself. What are you doing? You still got this dog pulling you towards the theater.
Well, I'm going to stare at him, judge him for about 5 seconds, ignore it, and move on. Just making sure he didn't touch the props table with all my antiques on it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Back to you, Mr. Kyle. This sickly gentleman gets up. He finally is able to get to the vial. He looks at you and goes, "What was that for?"
You ran it out in front of me. You're not supposed
I
to be
didn't run. I was chasing this. And he holds up the vial as it starts to glow.
Dean would like to try to snatch it out of his hands.
Roll me a d6.
1.
I have to say this, Ryan. You're still in everybody's mojo with your 6. Anyway, as you go to try to snatch it, this again sickly-looking little man pulls back the vial he has, slaps your hand, and actually knocks you to the ground.
Wow.
Causing 1 damage because I can't roll high either.
God, you're saying bad.
Yeah, I blanked. There we go. As all of this is happening, the vial starts to glow. Ryan, next to you, you see around the wolf's neck is a collar, and on the collar is it looks like a very large, like 50 cal bullet with the red tip. It starts to glow, and the wolf looks up to you in very promising stare. What do you do?
Well, I'm inclined to bend down and like scratch his head and then grab touch the bullet casing.
As you touch it, it glows brighter. At this moment, coming out of the theater is our wonderful, wonderful Joe Callahan. It is it's not called halftime. What's it called whenever a theater goes intermission?
Intermission.
Halftime. Sorry.
Super Bowl Sunday. Good Lord.
Yes, it is intermission. Joe, you step outside. Go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
Oh, 6.
Woo!
Yeah.
You see everything. As you were walking out the door, you saw the crash. You see this little thin old man hit this very kind of stout stunt guy, knock him to the ground, and over in the corner you see a little wolf being played with by a kind of more adventurous looking guy with a very bad or not bad, very weathered hat. What do you want to do, Joe?
I want to run over to the little thin dude and see if he's okay.
As you do, before you reach him, you feel a presence behind you, and it's a very stalker-esque looking guy. And he is kind of following pretty close. He's got a black cloak on, and he has it, or not a cloak. He has a black hoodie that looks like it's almost too big for him, and he's got the hood pulled up, and you can't really see much of his face. But he's following pretty close to you.
Okay, yeah, I go faster.
He starts to break into a run to try to catch up with you. As you reach the skinny old man, he's not old, the skinny man, he kind of looks up and goes, "Hi."
Hi. Who is this?
He looks at the hoodie person, and he goes, "Oh, and then the skinny guy kind of shuts off, and he goes next to Kyle, and he goes, I need to get out of here. And he drops the vial next to you, and you see the skinny guy kind of, he doesn't run off, but he turns and starts to very hastily walk away.
Okay, so at this point, Kyle's gonna take over. Now you start to see him kind of like favor his shoulder and all that. And he picks up the vial and he goes, "Sir, you forgot this."
It starts to glow extremely bright. We're gonna pan as you're holding the vial. We're gonna pan over to Joe. The hooded figure reaches out an arm as he gets close to you and puts his hand on your shoulder, Joe.
Okay, being a yellow belt in karate, I'm gonna put my hand on his and do an awesome kick-ass karate move.
That is
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Roll me a
Absolutely.
d6.
Oh, 3.
Okay. I will say you guys, since his hands are there, he's vulnerable. You flip him over. He lands hard, and the 3 is the damage. You actually just dealt damage to this gentleman, son of a fruit nugget. This gentleman.
Oh my goodness.
That's a new one that I've heard. Son of a fruit nugget.
Yes, it's wonderful. But as you do this, you flip him over, and you see the hood does come off, and on his face is a black mask. It's you notice it looks like the Phantom. He doesn't, but the mask does. Looks like it's from the Phantom of the Opera, and the mask is slightly glowing like a purplish hue, trying to illuminate blackness. It looks like.
I'm sorry, but you're a creeper.
I am not a creeper. I'm just here to help.
Help with what? What's happening?
I can't tell you much more than that right now. We're in public, but you need to, about that time, everybody roll me d6s that's standing there. So Joe, Kyle, and Ryan, please roll me d6s.
I panicked for a second, like, do I need to roll?
No, you do not need to roll, Mr. Jason.
6.
Okay, I couldn't tell if that was a 1 inside of a 5 or...
Oh no, that is a 6, sir. That is a straight up 6.
Okay, so
Yeah.
2 6s, and Joe, I cannot see what you are holding up.
That's a 1.
One.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, uno.
Oh.
Dos. Anyway, so can you both see from looks like a black, not a portal, but a doorway, literally just kind of rise out of the ground, and you see 3, looks like old-timey villagers with pitchforks and torches come through the doorway along with 2 hooded figures. One hooded figure looks not like they're walking, it looks like they're kind of gliding along through the doorway, and the next one looks a little hunched over, but very broad. But again, their faces are covered and they're kind of cloaked, so you can only tell like silhouettes. We're at this point. We're actually going to jump over. Joe, by the way, you did not see that. You are too blinded by the person in the ground in front of you. We are going to jump over to Mr. Jason, who is now at a doorway just down the street at a old abandoned house. Mr. Jason, you're at the front gate. So front gate is here where my finger is. The door's up here, and this is a ginormous abandoned house.
Okay. So I'm standing at the gate, so I'm going to open up the gate and proceed to make my way up to the door.
Roll me a d6, please.
4.
All right, you're all good. You make it up to the doorway. You are on a mission.
Okay, so with intent in my eyes and knowing good well why I'm here, I'm going to blast the door open.
With what?
With my electricity.
Are you going
What?
to morph first? Because you don't have whatever this you're talking about before you morph, good sir. You're just you're stitches.
That's fair. It's completely fair. Well, yes, I'm going to morph now.
Okay, well, as I'm going to briefly describe this to everybody. Mr. Jason has a little bit of a past. You can go look on Scabbard to read about the past of all our relic hunters today. But he is already a relic hunter and knows how to morph. He also has a silver buckle that has a diamond in the center, and he has his relic. So, Mr. Jason, will you go ahead and show us how you morph?
Okay, so with the new morphing one, the one that we discussed, it was with the bolt, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You have bolts,
Yep.
which is you have a little wristband.
Yep. Okay, so we take the belt buckle off, right?
Yes.
Okay,
It
I'm
is
trying to
detached.
remember all this.
You are all good, brother. That's why I'm here to help.
All right, so I'll take a bolt off of my wrist, and I shove it inside the belt buckle, right? Right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So let me restart this because I want this to be badass. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Here it comes.
So
Here
I
it
take
comes.
I take the bolt out of my wrist, shove it to the belt buckle. Creation relic unleashed.
Wow. And around you develops an electrical field, starts to envelop you, starting with your feet, and it works its way up. Your suit starts to appear on you. One side is kind of an off-whitish. Think of Jason Voorhees' mask, that color. Working his way on the other side, it's green. It's got stitches, all working all the way up through the costume. Every now and then, there's a small little bolt sticking out. Once it gets to his waist, the buckle has now reformed on his waist with a picture of a bolt in the center where the empty diamond was. It works its way up all the way to the helmet, and the helmet, the masterpiece of this, is it's not full circular. It's got kind of a more square top, kind of like a Frankenstein. And it's flat on top. It's got a little bit of a ridge to it, and it's got stitching going everywhere. And there is our first relic hunter, our creation relic hunter,
Hey.
Mr. Jason Myers.
Hey.
So now, what do you want to do with the door?
So now, since I'm morphed and everything, I'm going to start focusing like a ball of electricity, like of condensed energy, actually, into my palm, place my hand on the door, and blast the door open, or attempt to blast the door open.
Okay, roll me a 2d6, good sir. The way we run this system as he's rolling, 1d6 when you're in normal form. Whenever you're in hunter form, you gain an extra d6 on your rolls.
I rolled a total of 11.
11, okie dokie. So as you go to hit this door, you said you're just kind of force pushing this door
It focuses
open.
in the palm of my hand, so I put my palm on the
Okay.
door and just shoot the energy through and blast it off the hinges.
As you go to do this, Miss Elvira, will you roll me a d6?
Oh no.
1.
No!
I'm going to be nice. Give me a choice. Where are you at in the house?
I would like to be in the front room, sitting in a almost a recliner with a Bluetooth headset in.
Okay. So as you're sitting in the front room, we're going to say the door is kind of to your right because the front room is very large. The door is to your right over here. You see, as you hear kind of a rumble in the house, a door fly across the room from being blasted by this green figure, the green and off-white figure, and it flies across. Since you rolled a 1, it does clash with. Do you have a TV in that room, good sir or good ma'am? Oops.
Yes.
You do. It hits the TV, causing a Michael Bay-esque explosion.
Thank you, Michael Bay explosion.
Yes. Literally making you jump. But now you see this figure in the doorway. Jason, you see who's sitting on the chair. You would recognize this person as Elvira. So commence. I will allow you two to take the floor.
Elvira.
Cynthia, I understand you want a Mr. Voorhees, but he's got an 8-figure pay salary, and we just can't afford. I have to let you go.
What is this?
In the door? Do they not have knocking where you're from?
Elvira. Do you not recognize me? Do you not realize who I am? It's been a while.
No,
It's been a while, hasn't
figure
it?
in a green bust through my door.
All right. So as
I would
she's talking,
get up and I would start trying to like assess her.
okay. As she's talking, I'm gonna take the clasps of my helmet, and then just pull off my helmet. Do you recognize me now?
Jason?
Finally.
Now I know you know what knocking is. You're an animal.
We're kind of in a rush right now, Elvira. We don't have time to knock.
Elvira, as you're sitting here
tell me
having a
about being in a rush.
conversation. Oh, I apologize. As you're sitting here having this conversation, your choker that you have on starts to glow, and inside it, the blood that is in the center of your choker, your necklace, starts to kind of boil.
It hasn't done this before. I don't know what's going on.
I know. It's hard to understand, but you have to come with me now. I'll pay for your TV. I'll get you a new door. Let's just go.
Okay, fine. Anything that's stolen on your head.
You don't. No. You don't need anything. I just grab her wrist. I'm like, we got to go now.
As we walk out, she kind of goes, ow, 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 ow.
as you all are, or as you two are heading out the door, you see down the street the doorway open. Both of you would recognize this as very, very bad news. And you see Mr. Jason, you would recognize slightly from this distance a wolf that you've seen before at your home of residence, and one person walking away kind of in your direction that looks very sickly and very skinny. You would recognize him, as long as a person on the ground that had just been slammed by our very own Joe, but you do not know yet. You do see all three of them and recognize them. So, how about that one?
Okay, so you said it was the wolf, the sickly looking person.
Yes.
And what was the third one?
A figure on the ground. You kind of can't make it out, but you see it looks like somebody you recognize with a black hoodie on, and he's on the ground hurting.
Okay, so before I run that general direction, I'm going to put my helmet back on. So I put my helmet back on, and then I am going to go I'm going to burst full sprint towards that direction. All the while, when I turn around as I'm running, hurry up!
Roll me a d6, please. Just
As
one.
he does this,
5.
As he does this, Elvira has reached into the front pocket of her hoodie and has like pulled out a hairpin, a super large beanie, and like these super thick Coke bottle black rim glasses. And she puts her hair up, throws the beanie on, and puts these glasses on. She actually sees worse with them on, but that's part of her deal.
Oh, yeah.
That is
And now
perfectly fine.
She doesn't quite walk in a straight line, but she attempts to follow.
All the while,
What did you roll, Mr. Jason? You rolled a 5. That is not enough. As you go to take off, and Elvira's right behind you, a small little figure decides to romp in your way. Hey, Jason! Hey!
Do I recognize who this is?
And yes, you do.
Gitmo, what are you doing?
I had to stop you.
Gitmo, your patch fell off. Is your eye okay?
I'm fine. I just can't see out of it. Anyway, you must hold on. Let them figure it out. Just help Elvira.
Elvira can barely help herself.
As you say help
And
Elvira,
you
Elvira's
see
going to
his-
come rushing into the situation and trip over her own feet.
As this happens, Elvira, you would recognize Gitmo. You have not seen Gitmo in years. Gitmo looks over and goes, Elvira! Oh, it's not time. Just, I'll give you a hug later.
So,
And then you see Gitmo literally jump to the side and disappear through a white door. And then the door closes.
okay.
She kind of like raises her glasses up and like rubs her face, and she's like, I'm These must be worse than I thought they were. I thought I saw Gitmo.
You are. Yeah, that was Gitmo, Elvira.
What?
It's surprising me too. I haven't seen him in many years. How about you? When was the last time you seen Gitmo?
Oh Lord. Given the proper time frame, let's just say a long time.
That doesn't.
Right.
That's not good. If Gitmo's here.
Now we are going to jump over to Joe, Ryan, and Kyle. As you see, again, we're back to the door just opening and all these very odd-looking people stepping through. Everything, or the bullet that Ryan has now grasped in his hand from the wolf is starting to glow even brighter. The vial that Kyle has in his hand is starting to grow really bright, and the mask is literally almost blindingly, like black shades are coming from it in front of you, Joe. The figure on the ground literally grasps it off his face, and as he does, he covers it and hands it and goes, "Take this. You will need it. Just make sure you and your pals, you have to transform. Please use these relics. Use them." And he hands it to you, Joe. What do you do?
I take it, and sir, transform into what? Use it how?
You will know how to use it as all of you grasp all your relics, and they start to shine really, really bright with each one's color. A buckle magically appears on each of you. What? A silver buckle with a diamond in the middle. And all of you hear in your heads, especially you, Kyle, because this is the voice you haven't heard before. All of you here use them to change. Embrace your relic. Unleash the relic.
Ooh, that gave me chills. Ooh.
Dean, was that you just using a different voice? No. What does he mean by use that to change? Is he talking about the vial that's in your hand? I have no idea.
In front of all three of your little eyes, like in your vision, it doesn't show out in front of you. In your vision, you see it looks like a picture from the future, or a little, a GIF of you all taking your individual relics, taking the buckle, and doing this. You don't hear any sound, but all of you see that picture, kind of giving you a guidebook tutorial, if we will.
But we don't know our call out to change, right?
Not offhand, no. You may want to. I was say you've been told technically, but in a very cryptic way.
I'm going to take the buckle off of mine, and I'm going to put them together and
Stop right there. Mr. Jason and Elvira, you two, we're going to say you two have now caught up with the group. Jason, do you want to impart any wisdom on, you see all these relics glow. Do you want to impart any wisdom on these poor, pathetic souls?
As loud as I can shout, say the words! Creation Relic Unleashed!
What do you guys do?
What?
Okay.
I don't know. The voice in my head just said unleash. So I put them together and go, unleash!
Roll me a d6, Mr. Ryan.
Oh, 1.
Oh, as you say this, the wolf by your side looks up and goes, "Oh shit." Verbally says this. As you do this, a red light erupts from your relic, and in front of you appears in the light. It says, "Werewolf, and then it blows back in your face, and you take a wonderful. You take 3 damage.
Oh my god. Okay, so can I? So does Jason see like the whole like the flashing of the lights and then like?
Yes.
So Jason sees all that. Okay, about approximately how far away am I from them now? Am I within? Am I still shouting distance, or am I within like reasonable volume?
You're within reasonable volume.
No. Creation, Relic, Unleashed. We don't have time for this.
Jason,
Okay,
as you say this, you hear in your helmet, Frank. Frank says in your voice that theirs isn't creation.
Well, yeah.
You don't know what theirs are, but yeah.
Damn, yeah, fuck.
They each have their own relic. I'm sure they appreciate the help, but I don't think the red guy, that red guy just did wrong.
Frank, it's been a long day, okay? Okay, look, listen to me. You 3, whatever that is, something unleashed. Just say the words, put them together, and then boom!
Why is that guy yelling? Yeah, why is he yelling? I just got smacked in the face
Elvira,
with a
you do
word.
the
Why
same
are you
thing.
yelling at me?
You, stop talking! Smash them together! Elvira, explain!
Elvira's going to take this moment to walk in front of Jason and be like, okay, he's a little excitable, but here's what he basically means. And she's going to take off the little piece from the necklace and take out the little buckler thing and be like, mine's, for example, Vampire Relic Unleashed, and she's going to stab them together.
As this happens, a large silver light flashes from the combining, and starting from the feet up again, you see silver all the way up, and on the other side, it's not full silver, but it's more of an off-white. It's or not an off-white. It's more of a gray. One side's full silver, glistening, and the other side's gray. You see it grow up the feet all the way to the waist, but on the silver side, there are red blood droplets throughout the suit. Just on the one side, and as it grows, very feminesque figure. The belt has now appeared on the waist. It goes up. It has a very pristine look to it, and it gets to the shoulders. And off the shoulders, there's an addition onto the back of the suit, which looks like two very shiny silver wings are pressed against the back. As it goes up to the helmet is a very, again, half silver and half gray-esque. It has a different look to it, and it has a little bit of like a vampire shape for the visor. There we go. I can't think of words tonight, guys. All this is happening. You see this just flowing, and out steps Elvira. Now I'm passing it back to you, Elvira.
Now, you got your thing from somebody or something. It probably has to do with your specific relic.
As this happens, all of you hear in your heads, Joe, you hear Phantom. Kyle, you hear, it's Duel, dude. And Ryan, you hear...
I got it. I got smacked in the face with it. I got it. Werewolf. Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
As this happens, the wolf next to your side, only you see this, Ryan, turns into a human.
The hell?
I figured you'd be more comfortable with me talking to you like this. He still has dog ears, by the way.
Werewolf Relic Unleashed.
As this happens, Ryan, you do not have to roll a d6 this time because you succeeded. As this happens, your suit is a dark red on one side and a light red on the other. It's growing. It just slowly engulfs your body. It looks very, very feral. It's got fur on the dark red side.
Okay.
Yes, going all the way up. It gives you a little bit more bulk to yourself. You look a little stouter. Because you're too damn skinny. Anyway, as it grows up, as it goes up, getting to your chest, you and all of you, I did not mention this, Jason, you have a, we're going to switch over real quick. Jason, you have a emblem on your chest, just like Elvira. It is your emblem.
Yeah.
All the emblems are on our main emblem for Relic Hunters. And Ryan, your emblem is the head of a werewolf. And it gets up to your head. And it's still very feral looking. Has one ear on the side of a wolf, and you have a very misshapen helmet, but it makes you look very wolf-esque.
Okay.
There we go. Me and words tonight just aren't liking each other, by the way.
It's all right.
Anyway.
No worries.
Anyway, you are now in this full suit, and you feel empowered.
Oh yeah. Is
Okay.
the Wolfman still standing next to me?
Yes, he is. He has not said a word. He's just kind of staring at you.
Now what?
See, he did it. That's very good.
I look at him. I'm like, now what?
He looks over at you and goes, that's not what I look like, but I guess it'll work. And he turns, and he literally turns back into the wolf and flees in the same direction as the thin man, or the thin, sickly-looking man from earlier.
Okay, cool, dude. Thanks.
Mr. Kyle, Miss Joe, what would you guys like to do?
Ladies first.
Thanks, dude. Okay, let's do this. So I take the buckle and I'm really hesitant about it, but all right, let's do it. Phantom Relic unleashed.
Woo!
That was awesome.
I like that.
That was real good.
Good morphing sequence.
As you take the mask into the buckle, again, from this one actually starts a little differently because you are now wrapped in a it looks like a black cloak just randomly appears and wraps you up, and as it wraps you up, you feel, Joe, from your feet up still, basically the suit slowly going over you, and it's black on one side and completely white on the other, and running all the way up half and half. You get to your chest again. The buckle's on the waist. You get to your chest, and it's the mask emblem, and it gets all the way up to your neck and starts to cover and develop the helm. And as it does, you feel the pressure of the mask on your face again, and it sits there, just looking like the Phantom. And now on you have the cloak unfurls around you, revealing to all of you this amazing looking, just Phantom-esque character, just very, very stunning.
Holy shit. Okay,
with the cloak. Yes.
real quick, thank you again to Catherman18 for the $50 donation.
Wow.
Woo!
So, do you want us to spin the wheel? I mean, okay, that's $50.
Bro.
That's okay.
Wow.
So for 50,
Jen?
okay. So whose role was it going to be next? So I can go ahead and spin the wheel.
I was gonna say I will mark down each one that is
Yes.
marked, and depending on we don't know who's gonna roll next because it's up to you guys. So if you want to go ahead and get that, and I will write down which one is
Okay.
which. Go ahead and start
All
us
right.
rolling, good
So
sir.
this is going to be a little bit. Let me switch over to the wheel.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
That is +1 to next roll.
Whoa. Holy cow, that's a cool wheel.
Yep. So +1 to next roll.
Wow.
Okay.
So he technically for 50 for every $5 that was donated, he gets 10 spins, but and not all at once. He does get 9 more spins.
Okay, we will do a spin after every roll. So if Mr. Chief Ducky is okay with that.
That's
Wow.
absolutely fine. Which also, dude, I just figured out how to spin the wheel without having to go over that stupid tab.
Yes.
Love that.
Okay, so whoever's next roll is a +1.
Ooh.
Okie dokie.
That's gonna be a waste because I roll next.
You actually, before you even start your roll, Mr. Kyle, go ahead and roll me a d6 with a +1.
Now I'm not even. Okay.
No, but you got to remember, as all of this is happening, the villageers
Yeah.
and the two cloaked baddies are heading towards you. So now they have made it to you, Mr. Kyle. So roll me a d6.
Dang.
2 + 1, 3.
Oh.
You got a 3. Does not beat my 6. One of the villagers takes the pitchfork and instead of stabbing you, takes the torch and changes the torch where it's facing, stabs the pitchfork through the torch and into you.
Oh, what?
Wow.
The hell?
That's some finesse right there.
Oh no.
This causes 9 damage.
Oh, damn.
Oh, God.
Okay, well before it hits me, Dean takes over.
Okay, you are not stunned or anything by this, thanks to Mr. Dean.
What?
Little backstory: Dean feels no pain.
Okay, I was like, in game and out of game. I'm really confused.
With a little bit of backstory to Kyle, Kyle has multiple personality disorder in game, not out of game. That's me out of game. Anyway,
Dissociative identity disorder.
yes, he has a single special ability when Dean takes over, and that is he isn't immune to damage, but he isn't phased by pain.
Okay.
So inside Kyle's and Dean's head, you just hear Kyle go, "Oh, thank you for taking over in that quick of a time."
Now, Kyle, you can do what you want to.
Dean just looks down, looks up at the villager, or whatever you call them, and go, "Oh, you're so dead." So he takes the vial, takes the buckle out. Dual relic, unleashed.
Okay, awesome call out. Now I have to have you roll another d6. Another thing with Kyle's relic is every time he transforms, he has to roll a d6, and depending on what he rolls, depending on what special upgrades or downgrades he gets in relic hunter form.
Rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. That means as you start to you morph straight up, as it starts to grow, you notice, and all of you notice, you see a twirling. It looks like a DNA strain circles him, and as it circles you, you get much larger. Your physicalness grows, I'd say, at least 4 times. So you're this barrel-looking figure. As you see dark blue on one side and like a light aqua blue on the other, and it goes slowly up. Again, you're extremely muscular. The suit is extremely muscly now. In the chest, you see the emblem of the emblem of the vial. Again, it looks like kind of like a DNA strain. Or no, I apologize. I am wrong on that one. Crap. It is the 2 masks. The happy, what are they called?
They're the
It's
magic
like the
Madonna.
fear masks.
There we go.
Yeah.
They are that. Oh no. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, I froze. I apologize.
No,
Okay,
you're
I
good,
froze.
You're good.
I'm like, ah! Anyway, I'm like Kyle. Anyway,
point.
As it goes up, your helmet develops, and on the jawbones of the helmet is the DNA sequences, which is where I was going with that. One side is light blue, and the other is dark blue, and you have a very, very well-rounded helmet. And you feel now you don't feel like working as a team as much because your +1s now have changed from what they normally are. Now you have a +2 to certain things.
Wow.
Yes, he doesn't like to work together because he's large. As all of you are finally morphed, yes, I said morph, transform, whatever you want to call it.
Relic changed.
Yes, all of you feel, except for Jason, all of you feel a slight burning sensation. Elvira, yours is on your lower back. Ryan, yours is on your right shoulder. Joe, yours is actually on your left thigh. And Kyle, I about to say Jason. Kyle, yours is directly on your right pec, your right pectoral. You feel slight burning, yes.
Ow, 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 ow.
Do any of you say anything?
What is that? What is that?
I don't know what this feeling is, but my right
Jason,
hand-
you would hear Ryan kind of go, what is that?
So, sorry, I interrupted Joe. Go right ahead. I'm sorry.
Joe,
Do you feel something too?
Yeah.
What is this weird sensation?
So I'm not feeling anything, right?
you are not feeling anything, but you know what's going on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Get
Oh
ready.
God. This is where we have one of Trevor ChiefDucky's scare tactics or scare jumps. And usually it happens with our DM, just so everybody knows out there in Twitch land. ChiefDucky's channel always has jump scares, and normally when something happens to ChiefDucky, he will run down into the other room.
And that happens all the time. Every
That's the
time.
second time he's done
I'm
that.
okay.
Oh, shit.
Clip it. Clip it.
Oh, clip it.
Clip it.
Hunter down! Hunter down!
Alexander
Oh,
Robinson,
God,
please make sure you clip that. That is fantastic.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, since that's out of the way. So, as they... I have no idea what that was. But as they are burning...
Thanks, Alex.
But as they are going through all this pain and whatnot, it dawns on me what's happening. So calmly, I announce out loud, "You are now branded."
What the hell do you mean I'm branded?
All of you hear in the distance.
No,
I'm offended.
At least yours isn't a stamp.
So
Yeah, sorry.
And she would look really embarrassed after actually saying the word.
Well, we wouldn't know. I mean, we wouldn't know, right? Because we're all in suits. We wouldn't know where everybody's
No,
is. So
nobody
I know,
nobody
that's
knows
why
where
you
the others is.
said it out
You
loud.
literally just said that out loud. That's embarrassing.
Okay, so now we are going into combat. We are going to actually start our combat. So if all of my players would please roll a d6.
guys,
Do you want to spin the wheel?
I want to spin the wheel for my roll.
Spin the wheel.
Everybody can choose to spin the wheel if you choose.
Does anybody want to spin the wheel?
I want to spin the wheel.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 3 spins.
I already rolled, so mine's invalid.
No, you can go ahead and still use
No,
it.
no, you haven't. Yeah, you haven't spoke, so you can use
I
the
rolled
wheel
a
if you would
6,
like.
So I'm going to keep it.
Okay,
No,
you're
he's
keeping
keeping it.
Okay, so we're spinning 3 times. I'll spin for myself first. Let me go All right. So for those, I didn't put the audio input on the wheel screen, but I got a -1, so I rolled a 4. Joe got +1 d6 to her roll. Lucky by a hair. And then our buddy Ryan also got a -1 to his roll.
Kyle was wanting to spin the wheel as well, I think.
Kyle wanted
No,
to
I didn't. Nope.
Oh,
No,
you
I
didn't?
didn't.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Okay.
So that totals 4 wheel spins. We have 6 left.
Yep. That's such a sad day. I hate this wheel right now.
Kyle, what did you roll? And Joe,
That's
what
because
did you
you
roll?
ate it. That's why.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
5.
And that +1.
With
Technically
your
a
extra
5.
D6?
Well, no, that d6 for combat. isn't
Yeah.
Oh no!
Wow. No, it's for the next roll. The D6 is for next.
it? Oh shit.
Hey, I want to spin the wheel.
Oh no!
no.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he can do that. Technically, yeah, the GM can fucking spin the wheel.
I cannot get a D6 on my roll.
No.
I can only get a +1 or a -1.
So he has a chance. If he hits that d6, it was a wasted spin, but it's okay.
Yep, I love that.
All right, let me go back to the wheel. We're going back to the wheel of death.
And I dropped my dice.
Okay. So as everybody saw, the GM got a -1 to his roll.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
let's
is,
keep that going. Let's
and
keep
that is
going.
how the wheel should work. Always give me
Big
negative
money.
rolls because I will
Big
be evil.
money.
Elvira, I only rolled a 3, so I got a 2.
Ooh, yeah.
So Elvira is actually starting us off in this combat. And
Wow.
give me 2 seconds so I can shuffle the cards and so I know who's rolling. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Elvira. What do you want to do? Okay, and to explain real quick, I do little measurements, 10 feet, 15 feet. Without us having a full map right now, like a gridded map, I will be calling out where everybody is.
Yep.
So I will be explaining this map in one short thing.
Yep, words are hard, yeah.
Yeah, I know. They're horrid.
So,
Okay, so you-
what baddie is closest to me?
Do what?
What baddie is closest to me?
Okay, the villagers are all lined up right in front of Kyle.
Yep.
The 2 masked, or the hooded figures are back probably, I'd say, about 10 feet away from them. Joe is about, I'd say, 3 feet from Kyle.
Yep.
Ryan is about 3 feet from Joe. And then both Jason and Elvira are back the farthest, probably about 10 feet away from the villagers.
I'm gonna stop you right there, GM. Just real quick.
Yes.
Reckless Fox in the chat says, "What's up, dudes?"
What up,
What's up, Reckless Fox?
What up, Leo?
I don't
Again,
know who you are, but yeah,
He-
what up?
Reckless Fox was the one who hosted us earlier.
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he also works with Morphing Network, who shouted us out on
Hey.
Facebook the other day.
Thank
So
you, man. Appreciate that.
So yep, there we go. I just wanted to get that in there because Reckless Fox is the realest MVP. So, all right. So
Thank you again. Thank you so much.
yes, thank you for the host and thank you for all the promoting and whatnot. I greatly appreciate. We greatly appreciate it, Josh especially. Yes, we collectively. I mean, my bad. But
no,
yes.
you're good.
All right, so pass back over to the GM. I thought that was mighty important to announce. Mighty.
Yeah,
Yes.
ChiefDucky's only doing his job here, folks. He's only doing
Heck
his
yeah.
job.
Oh, last thing. Since we have had new viewers come in and out, remember for our 30th subscriber, you will be winning this variant cover of MMPR number 28.
Ooh.
Right now, I just checked my sub count. We are up at 8, but that's from
Hey.
Yes, we're at
Heck yeah.
we're at pre-existing subs, so we have 22 more people. We'll get that variant cover. But they'll get it.
Hey, what up, Ezra?
Ezra Yellow.
Ezra
Heck yeah.
Yellow. Yeah, and he's with me in another RPG,
Awesome.
Broken Constellations.
Awesome,
What up,
dope,
man?
Dope. Also, Boken Kabuto, thank you for the host.
Okay, so I'm going to pause the game real quick, then we'll get back right on. ChiefDucky, I have a question for you. Instead of doing the 30th sub,
Yep.
how about we do a giveaway on the 30th sub? We
There we
random choose from those our subscribers.
Ooh,
That
I
sounds
like
a lot
that.
better because it seems like a race to the 30th sub. So yes, after we hit 30 subs, we'll be doing the giveaway for that variant cover, and I'll show it one more time before we get back into the game for everybody to see. I'm actually going to take it out of its sleeving so there's no glare, but I'm going to be super delicate with it. And that's the issue that we'll be doing for the giveaway. If we'll take a closer look.
Fingerprint.
Woohoo!
So you will have a chance to win that after we hit 30 subs. So smash that sub button. Let's get it going.
Okay,
Do
so
it.
now back to the game. Elvira, what are you doing?
Okay, Elvira's going to move closer to. She doesn't know his name yet. So the gentleman that was attacked by the villager.
Okay.
And as she's running, she's going to, in her most authoritative producer/director voice, be like, "No, you did that all wrong. You weren't paying attention in rehearsal. Try it again. Go in the corner and rehearse your lines."
Roll me a d6. And you actually get a plus. You get a +2 because of your charisma. So
I rolled a 5 on die, so that's a 7.
okay,
Wow.
Kyle, since she is talking to you, what do you want to do with this information? This is
Oh,
not
no,
your
I'm talking
turn.
to the
This is-
villager that stabbed him.
Oh, the villager. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that means I get to roll.
Yeah. Does the DM want to spin the wheel again?
I will not spin the wheel. I rolled not high enough. As you say this, I will say you intimidated this person, this villager. So the one that attacked was the middle. So now the middle has a disadvantage on rolls. For the people who don't know what a disadvantage is, I have to roll twice, and I take the lower of the two.
Yeah, he
whenever
does.
rolls. So, is that your? I would say that is that your yelling, booming voice, or do you want to attempt to attack? You have used your movement.
Assuming I'm allowed to attack, I would like to.
What do you want to do? Describe it, good missus.
Alright, so as I walk up, I want to pivot on my hind foot and go into a Chuck Norris S-style roundhouse kick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Chuck Norris.
Shout out to Chuck Norris right there. Okay, roll me 2d6 for the attack, and since you referenced Chuck Norris and this wonderful spinning roundhouse, roll me a +1.
Oh.
So the 2d6 gets a +1.
11. So that's a 12.
Of which, are you still attacking the one you roundhoused, or you yelled at, or are you gonna try to just with the roundhouse? You do have a little bit of momentum, so you might be able to hit 2, depending on what you rolled. You said
I'm
12,
gonna focus
right?
on. He would focus on 1.
Okay. All right. So, and you said you rolled a 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to, you can go ahead and roll the 2d6 again for damage, or I will let you keep the 12 since that's a perfect roll for damage.
Yeah.
I will take the 12. But as she makes the kick, she's going to very quietly to herself. So the only one that has a chance to hear this is the guy standing next to her. She's gonna very quietly go, "Roadhouse."
Yes. Chuck Norris and Roadhouse reference within 2 minutes. I am okay with
Hell
it.
yeah.
I'm okay.
In
This
the
was
same
not the-
action, no less.
Yes,
Jeez.
this is not the throat rip, but I am okay with this. As you roundhouse, this is the one that had the spear. I'm holding a notebook. The spear and the torch together. You literally roundhouse his head off, straight up. You go to roundhouse, and he's sitting there still like this, getting ready to stab again, and your foot connects with his head, flying the head off. His body crumbles into as it crumbles into sand.
Good goodness, it is impossible to find good extras these days.
The head
And then gonna
the
pass
head
turn.
rolls off and creates a smaller pile of sand. So, who are you passing it to?
We're gonna pass it to the gentleman I'm standing next to. I think his name is Kyle, or she thinks his name is Kyle.
Mr. Kyle, it is your
All
go.
right. Well, since he took care of the guy that was in front of me that stabbed me,
Mhm.
I guess Dean will just look to his right at the next. Wait, did you say they were all in a line, or are they all like horizontally or vertically?
There's now a space. There's one here and one here. There was one here. So she
Okay,
took out
so-
the middle one.
All right, I'll go to my right and go. You're next, and Dean would like to do like a double leg, but go under and get him from behind,
Okay.
pick him up, and Bane break his back like he did at Batman.
Okay. Roll me a d6. I'm not going to give you a +1 for this one because you didn't name call nothing. Before you roll, do you want to spin?
No.
Okay.
Is it just 1d6 or is it 2?
Did I say 1? I meant
Yeah.
2d6.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
2d6.
Yeah, 'cause you
2d6.
changed.
I apologize.
You're in the hunter suit, baby.
Isn't this also grapple? So +2 to that.
Yes.
yes, it is a grapple check.
Yes. You get a +2 to your grapple. Yes.
8, 10.
Sounds good. As you go and grab, do a double leg, and then just go to Bane suplex. Go ahead and roll me 2d6 again for damage.
10.
Okay. You completely slam this villager onto the ground. He drops the pitchfork and the torch they were holding, and again, you did enough damage to disintegrate it. As you slam, he goes, and sand is now all on your helmet and around you. There is a pile of sand,
Ooh,
and
damn.
it looks like it's magically connecting to the other one. But only you see this, Kyle.
Okay.
Who are you passing it to, or do you want to move? You did not take your move action.
After I do that, no, I'll just stay there.
Okay, who you passing it to? You got everybody but Elvira, including the villains.
I'll go ahead and throw it to Jason.
Oh. It's-
Mr. Electric.
It's time to put some hurt. Okay, so the nearest villager is what, 10 feet in front of me?
Yes.
I'm gonna take my move action. I'm going to get kind of like a runner start. You know, like whenever they get that position where they bend down.
Yep.
And then I'm like how the Flash takes off. So,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get in that position, look straight at the villager, and I owe Alexander for this one. But as I'm about to run to the villager, I'm gonna say this is going to be very shocking, and I will take a full sprint, full run, start charging electricity through my hand and delivering a spiraling uppercut.
Ooh.
Wow.
Are you gonna call it out?
The most that people can hear me call out is this is going to be very shocking.
Okay. So basically, you're running and doing this, right?
Yeah, sure you can.
There you go. Sure you can.
You wanted me to do that, didn't you?
Yes, I
Sure
did.
you can.
Only because, again, Ryan took it. I wanted to say, sure you can.
Sure you can.
Okay. I want to spin the wheel. I'm gonna spin the fucking wheel.
Oh,
Okie
there it
dokie.
is.
Oh, boy.
Well, hey. Yeah, you're good.
Am I good? Are you sure? I don't have to spin the wheel.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I was messing with stuff.
Okay, spinning the wheel. I get the plus 1d6! Ah!
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is going to be lovely! Oh, it's a
You
lovely
landed like
day to
almost directly
die.
in the middle on it.
He's so excited.
I can't.
With
I
a
cannot.
combined total of 15! Oh!
You got a 15.
Yes.
Okay, since you referenced Flash, you did everything perfectly. I am not going to give you pluses on this one because you've already got a 15. I will give you a helping hand as you uppercut this villager. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and have you roll for damage because he's not blocking that.
Okay,
So go ahead and roll me the 2d6 for damage.
That's 7.
You got 7?
Yep.
Okay, that does not take him out. But since I'm adding helping hand to you, as you uppercut him, the villager flies into the air. Full spread eagle look. Out of nowhere, you see your little buddy fly also through the air. And full on, headbutt this villager, dealing the rest of the damage that you need, and smashing them into dust.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset.
I'm sorry, but I can just see Gitmo just going, yeah!
By the way, people, this is what Gitmo looks like, but he has a scar across his eye, his left eye.
He lost his eye patch.
Yes, his eye patch is a belt, and it has went missing, so I'm afraid to look for it right now. Anyway, yes, you decimated, with help from Gitmo, you decimated the last villager. As this happens, the sand falls to the ground, and you see, actually, Elvira, Kyle, and Jason, you would all see the sand start to form, just circle.
Oh shit! Okay.
All right, who are you passing it to, Jason?
I'm passing it to Joe.
Okay.
So if I may, after completion of this task, I would like to, as Elvira, say, something big is about to happen, all the sands forming together.
As this is saying, Joe, we are going to get to your turn, but both the masked figures take a step forward. One of them, the one that looks like they're floating, shreds the cloak.
Okay.
In front of you, you see a very serpent-esque female with the... Andrew, do you want to say it?
Yes, that's it.
Are you meaning it's a nappy weave?
Nappy
Yes.
weave.
It is a wonderfully looking nappy weave of snakes. Also,
Girl needs to go get herself a perm.
she's probably about 6 foot, 6'2" tall. Very, like I said, very feminesque. Has the serpent-esque tail on her arms. Her arms are normal except for her fingertips. They look like they're coated in something. Everybody sees this. They look like they're coated in something. As well as she has a very menacing glance. And she is looking directly at Joe.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, do I see it? I see it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is
I
your
want
turn.
to avert my eyes, and I'm gonna take a random start at her, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do hopefully kick ass. Jet Li, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, butterfly kick.
Okay.
Mulan.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is perfectly fine.
Mulan.
Go ahead and roll me your 2d6. Do you want to use the wheel?
Yes.
So we're spinning the wheel
Mr.
again.
Ducky?
How many do we have left?
We gotta save these.
Yes, after this one you'll have 3 left.
3 left.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel again. Joe gets a +1 to her roll.
There you go.
Sounds
Oh, hell
good.
yeah.
Sounds good. So go ahead and roll me your two d6s with a +1.
Okay, I got a 9.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
And now I get to roll for this mysterious figure.
Great.
Oh, wonderful.
Don't you waste the wheel spin.
I hope you
Just
like
because
this.
you said that, spin the wheel, Mr.
Oh,
Chief,
shit.
please.
Shit.
I call off
man.
limits, and I will minus you on your next turn, Kyle.
Well, actually,
Oh.
no. You can't get it. You fucking.
He doesn't get anything.
Yep. That is a null and void. I cannot get the d6.
Okay,
So-
so D6. Do we get the spin back, or do we waste the spin?
Or does it go
is
to the
not-
next
It
hunter?
is not a used spin, so you still have 4 spins.
Ah.
No. Oh boy.
Joe, what did you
Oh,
say
boy.
you rolled?
A 9.
A 9.
And as I'm running toward her, I want to hopefully sound cool and stuff and say, I hope you like this butterfly, bitch.
Oh! As you say this, the other masked figure chuckles a little bit.
Oh no.
Y'all are like,
I rolled a 13, so I apologize. You did not beat me.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh!
As you're butterfly kicking your way to this figure, she reaches out with both hands and grabs one of your legs, continues the spin, and throws you directly back at the 3 standing there. So, Mr. Kyle, Mr. Jason, and Miss Elvira, will you please roll me 1d6? Mr. Jason, you get a +1 because you have +1 to defense.
Yep.
I rolled a 6.
So
At a girl.
6 total. 6 total.
Alright, 6 total, 6, and Kyle, you got a 2?
2, correct.
Okie dokie. So, Elvira and Jason, you are able to dodge out of the way. Sadly, Mr. Kyle and Gitmo are not able to get out of the way. So, Joe, you are taking... Joe, you are taking 9 damage.
Can I just catch her? Just. Got ya.
And... did you say you wanted to catch her? You already failed your roll.
Yeah, do you really want
That
to
was
test
for
your
me
fate
getting out of the
again?
way.
Well, can I do,
Alright.
can I do a reflex save and try to catch her? No, I
Since you
don't.
rolled high enough... Since you rolled high enough, go ahead and roll me 1d6.
Did we have the option to catch, or was this just to get out the way?
6.
I was say you guys can describe what you guys want to do. Elvira, if you want to help, you can. What'd you roll, Jason?
Flat 6.
A flat
I rolled
6.
Flat 6.
Well, because
Okay,
I don't have any modifiers right now.
Yep. So that is perfectly fine. Gitmo and Kyle are saved due to Elvira and Jason's able to catch Joe. So Joe,
Hey, all right.
you do not take damage. So go ahead and erase that damage that I already told you. I apologize. This is bad. Anyway, as this happens, the figure in the cloak and the non-cloaked figure both sit there laughing, and the female serpent figure goes, "Now you've had your first taste of Medusa."
Oh, great. Medusa.
As she does this, you see the tips of her fingers. Literally, you see the stuff. You see something coming off of them, and it drops to the ground and makes its way to the sand that is swirling in front of you. Joe, would you like to move? I'll go ahead and give you a free movement action after being caught by Jason and Elvira.
I just want to pat each of them on the shoulder and say thanks. I got excited. I'm sorry.
And who are you
It's
passing
okay.
it to? Who are you passing it to? You have Ryan, you have the good guys, and you have the bad guys.
Good guys.
Okay. The good guys, El Gitmo, Aha! I get to pop again. It's just the funnest part of the stream. Woo!
You're ruining the magic.
I am magical. Anyway. Hey, it's not Ticket. Anyway, Gitmo is
You're
now
right.
standing next to Kyle, and he looks up at Kyle and goes, "Hey, hey, hey,
What?
throw me." Throw me.
Dean just cracks his neck, cracks his hands, picks Gitmo up by the head.
As you go ahead and roll me a d6 for this, and you get a plus, or you actually don't get a plus on this because this is teamwork. You don't have teamwork.
But I'm grappling his head and throwing him. No, I'm kidding.
No. DM says no.
5.
It's this big
Got a
burly guy
5.
just chucking this tiny little blue thing.
Oh my god.
Okie dokie. So as Gitmo flies through the air, again, ow, I just got hit by a metal rod. Anyway, as he flies through the air, you see 2 different figures swoop down and stop Gitmo. One figure, Elvira and Jason, you would recognize. It is a very pristine man with a cloak. And he comes down. He's kind of a receding hairline. He's got a widow's peak, but he's got silver sheen hair, and he's very athletic. But he flies through the air, grabs Gitmo, and lands. The other figure that has darted through the air, Jason, will you make me a roll, good sir?
Yeah, for sure. Let me get this.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh no!
you got a 1.
No.
Okay. So you would recognize this figure, but you don't get anything from it like you would have if you would have rolled higher. As this figure flies through the air, you would recognize it as Frank in Stein. He lands directly in front of Medusa, grabs her by the neck, okay, brings her close and whispers something to her, and then literally lets go and walks away.
Okay.
Anyway, Drac finally lands. Again, Jason and Elvira, you would know this person. Drac finally lands with Gitmo in his hand, and Gitmo is just like, he's very angry. He's like, meh.
Is his face really doing that?
Gitmo's face does this when he's angry, and he does not talk. I am angry. Anyway.
I can't
Yes,
take this serious.
I fucking can't right now. I can't.
Okay, so
I can't. I cannot right now. People, help me. Help me.
Drac lands, and literally he sets Gitmo to the side. He looks over and goes, "Daughter," nodding to Elvira.
okay.
When he makes the nod, Elvira does not make eye contact and is like turned around and like kind of like avoiding the whole situation. She is not bueno about this.
Drac now walks over to Ryan, puts his hand on Ryan's shoulder, looks over at Jason and goes, he starts nodding.
Okay.
You can't see my head nodding. Nodding. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
And then as he does this, he literally takes his cloak off, sets it on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and walks away. And through a white door appears. He walks through a white opening in the shape of a door. Walks through it and it closes.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm actually, since I'm the good guys, I'm going to pass it to Ryan before the villains get a turn. So,
What just happened? I've literally been standing here this whole time, ready to go, and then a guy swoops in, touches my shoulder, gives a nod, and then drops his. What is happening? Nobody?
Oh no!
Nobody
Okay,
else.
sorry. I didn't know that was open floor. Okay, my bad. That was my bad, guys.
you're good. You're good.
I'm just gonna watch him freaking out, and inside my helmet, I'm just gonna be smiling and internally dying on the inside, pun intended.
Yes.
I'm just going to stand there laughing at like why he's freaking out over this, because I know that he's never seen any of it. Like, he's never been in this. Obviously, from this interaction, I can tell that he doesn't know anything about like doorways and whatnot. So Jason's just going to laugh, calmly walk up to him, put his hand on his shoulder, and just tell him, "Look, buddy, it's going to be okay. I promise. Maybe not now. Maybe not ever. More than likely not ever. We may die. We may die a horrible death. But you know what? It's going to be just fine. I semi-promise."
Thank you,
Good,
Casablanca.
You've been working on the
Yes.
Trust
Ryan,
me,
before you
do a
make
lot
your
more.
move, Ryan, before you make your move, the other figure sheds the cloak. In front of you, again, you see he's got a little bit of a slouch, but in front of you, you see probably about, I'd say about 5'9", a very athletic-looking figure. He has 2 crossbows on his back. He has a slightly tilted hat, but he has a giant gash across his face. He looks at you, Ryan, and goes, "You're the only one that hasn't attacked? Come at me, bro."
Oh.
Approach me as I know peril.
Hard pass. Okay, so I'm going to. Hey, voice in my head, come back. Hello. Okay. I can't fight these things just with my bare hands because they look. Guys got crossbows. So, what can I? Do I have anything to help me, or am I just like? Hit him on chanting it up. I don't know. What am I doing?
At this moment, all of your buckles start to glow. There we go. No. All of your buckles start to glow where your relics are. And from this, from the glowing of the buckle, all of your guardians appear. Ryan, in front of you appears the wolf. And he looks up at you and goes, The next one over, I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. Kyle, in front of you.
Hour and a half,
is
didn't
now-
take long.
Yeah. Kyle, in front of you is now, you recognize a sickly looking man, but he's kind of leaned over. There's 1 set of legs and 2 bodies. The sickly looking man is on the right, and a grotesque figure is on the left. And the grotesque figure is he's super buff, but you see 2 legs sprout into 2 bodies. And they're standing in front of you, and they both look at each other and go, "Oh." In front of Joe, the creepily figure that was on the ground earlier has now appeared in front of you again with a mask on him finally again, so you do not see what is behind the mask, and he stands in front of you and goes, "Thank you." In front of Elvira, again, not from your belt buckle. Yours is the only one that is different. Not from your buckle, but the white door again opens, and out steps Drac. He's directly in front of you. You cannot look away.
He
steps in front of you, and he reaches out to put his hand on your shoulder. Yeah. He looks at you and goes.
The handoff.
Backs off.
He looks directly at you as you swat his hand away, basically, and goes, "You will come to terms, I hope." And in front of you, Mr. Jason, your relic shines, but nothing comes out. From across the field, you see this large Mr. Frank. He is a large person. He's easily 8 to 9 foot tall.
Yeah.
You see him running. Boom, boom.
Oh my god!
As he's running, he goes, hold on, I can make it. He's wheezing, like you see stitches popping off his shoulder. He's running. As he gets close to you, he stumbles a little bit, and you see toes left behind from his foot. And he gets in front of you and goes, I made it.
First off,
I need some. We need to go to Whale Mart right now, please.
I'm going to walk past Frank. I'm going to pick up his toes, walk back, look at him. Frank, what have I told you? You have to use the extra strength thread on your toes.
I just had to use glue. You called me too soon.
Glue? Was it my glue in my room?
Yes.
We'll discuss this later. So I'm going to put the toes back in his palm, close it. You also need to work on your cardio.
Yeah. Ooh, it helps when it's not your own lungs and everything.
We'll find you a new
So,
set of lungs.
As all of you are standing there, all the Guardians in sync look at you guys, and they all say, "Here." They hold out their hands. In front of you slowly start to form weapons. Ryan, I will give you a D6 on this one because it is your turn that we're doing this in. Would you like to spin before you roll?
No.
Okay. What'd you roll?
5.
Roll again.
6, bitch.
Not
enough.
What?
The fuck do you mean?
Yes. You got a 6. I'm rolling multiple D6s over here because Von Helsing just shot you in the hand.
How? It's not his turn.
What?
It's my turn. It's not his.
I know it's your turn. Philin,
This is
bad
some
guy.
more
Get
shit.
to do stuff.
What's your reaction?
As the weapons start to form in the Guardian's hands, he shoots you in the hand, Ryan, and you look up. You have an arrow sticking through your hand, through the suit now, causing 4 damage. Damn it. So you have now taken 4 damage. As all of this, as you're looking at your hand, the arrow fades, and there is now no hole in your hand. And again, the weapons start to form in front of you in the Guardian's hands, and right in front of you. We're actually going to start with on my screen, Joe. The weapons that are being presented to you. There is a long a long.
Ew. No, thank you.
If I didn't look over and look at the screen and see that you were laughing, I'm like, why did a long piece of poo appear in front of Joe?
No, a long whip has now formed, wrapped and curled, and in his other hand forms a mask. Again, you get another mask that now has a bladed edge to it.
Ooh.
The Phantom holds his hands out and goes, "Here, use these." The next person over is Mr. Jason. Mr. Jason, you see Frank literally pull up his shirt and dig inside of him. He pulls out grotesquely. You see some small intestines still hanging on. And he pulls out these, I won't call them massive, but they're larger than average gauntlets.
Okay.
That looks like they're slightly electrically charged, and they look beautiful.
Electrically charged and came out of his pants? That's...
Yes.
I'm just gonna just take him with this disgusted look on my face. Thanks, Frank. Greatly appreciate it.
No problem. Oh, wait. And he reached forward and pulls what is left of the small intestine off of the gauntlet.
Oh God, that's a terrible image to even think about.
Elvira. Drac holds out his hands and does this. And he extends his hands open, and from the extension, you see a shiny silver rapier with red accents around the handle. As I would say, are you going to grab it from him? Because I know you're trying to dodge glance.
She keeps her hands down. I mean, her head down, but she reaches out and she's like, "Thanks, I guess."
You're as stubborn as your mother, ish.
Ish.
I bet you didn't keep her around either.
We're not getting that. We're not getting into that now.
Shit.
As you say that, Drac is the only one of the Guardians that literally backs up and disappears.
Oh, damn.
Ryan.
God, savage.
Yes.
Ryan, crap, I forgot what yours was. I have to do some searching. Oh, yes, I know what you... Do I know what yours is? Yes, I know what yours is. No, I don't. Shit!
Oh, Josh.
No, yes,
Josh.
no.
Yo. The shake weight?
Not the fucking
Yes.
shake weight.
So just shake
Highlander,
weight.
King Arthur. Huh? Huh?
I just know this. Shake weight. Alright,
It wasn't a
Yes.
shake weight.
yes, as the wolf turns into a man and goes, I haven't got to use this one in a long time. And he grabs his shoulders and literally just pulls off fur. Literally. Like you see, because he's covered in hair and fur, and he does this. And as he does, the fur literally in front of him, it's coming towards you, literally materializes into a very gleaming red, like blood red axe that looks like it has a dual mode to it. It looks like it shifts. And roll me a d6 to see if you catch it, because he literally just tossed that shit at you.
Do I have any? What are my advantages? Because I don't remember what they are. Is it weaponry?
+1 to agility and +1 to melee weapons, yes.
Okay, agility.
All right, before.
And yes, I'm going to agree with ChiefDucky on this one. Next donation does turn his axe into a shake weight.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
All right, also, let's pause combo. I have to go pick up my fiance.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, while I
Gotcha.
depending on what you guys want to do, while I'm gone for like the 5 minutes it takes to go pick her up, Q&A real quick with the chat.
We are 20 minutes before 11. I'm going to continue with the episode. I got an idea for you, Trevor, and I'll fill you in whenever you get back.
All right.
I rolled a
All right,
5.
Okay, you catch it perfectly fine. And as you're holding it in your hand, it feels, like I said, it feels like it can do more than just be an axe. The last one, Kyle. Yours is a little bit different because both your guardian in front of you, literally, you see both of them with their arms grab each other and pull together, and they form into one person again. This time, instead of being the skinny, sickly-looking gentleman, and I know I'm like jazzing, he is the grotesque, the giant, like bodybuilder-esque looking person in front of you, and he literally, after they pull themselves together, he goes like this and holds out his hand. Out from the core of his hand, literally comes a ball on chain coming at you. Roll me a d6, see if you catch it.
6.
Okay, as you catch the chain, you are able to catch it, and the rest of the chain fluxes out of his hand, just going and going, and then on the other end pops out a kunai, a very elongated blade that kind of looks like an axe, but on the other, it's got the kunai, and then it's got the other that does count as a grapple, depending on if you use it correctly. So, and as you catch it, it wraps itself around your hand, kind of like I'm gonna use it like God of War. It wraps itself around your wrist, and the ball hangs down, and you've got the kunai in hand. All right. As all of this is happening, the villains again are looking very menacing at you. The sand starts to stir up a little bit more, and all of you start to see a figure in the mist. Ryan, go ahead and continue with your turn, please.
Okay, so it looks like it could change into something else, right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
So can I attempt to try and change it into whatever else it could be?
There is a small switch on the back, or right behind the blade, not on the back, but yeah,
okay.
Right behind the blade. There is a small switch. Do you want to click it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you click it, it literally shifts, and you hear it speaking. It shifts and goes, blaster mode engaged.
Oh, baby. Here we go. Blaster mode. I like this. Okay. So then you said there is a form. There's like a in the mist. You said there's a form forming, like a body?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at the form.
Okay. Roll me 2d6 plus 2. That's going to be your normal rolls for your weapons.
2d6 plus 2. That is 12.
You rolled a 12.
Yes.
You do shoot at the mysterious forming figure. Oh, but you do not hit. It goes straight through the figure, but it does hit Medusa, causing one of her. You hit her right in the nappy weave, and it causes one of the snakes to fall off.
There you go.
Do you want me to roll for damage or?
No.
Okay.
Because since you just nipped her, I'm gonna roll 1d6 for it. Actually roll me 1d6 for it. How's that? I'll let you roll. I need to let you roll more. Sorry.
Oh, that's a 6.
Okay, I was gonna say 5, but 6 damage is fine. Literally pop the hair extension off, and all right. As this happens, you've only got one person to pass it to.
The villains.
So the villains are now in full swing. As this figure is forming in the sand, you notice the two figures behind the figure with the crossbows. Literally, he has both crossbows pulled. He puts them back up and goes, "I've tested you enough. Have fun with my newest ally, and I bid you adieu. Again, for the first time, my name is Lord Von Helsing." As he says this, all your guardians turn. All of them turn and look in literal, super shock. They are terrified. All of them. And as this happens, you see Van Helsing turn around, and as he walks out, you see a black doorway open, and he walks through, and it closes. Medusa is still there. She actually starts to slither away, but she is stopped by Elster Gitmo. Hi. All right. As she goes to slither away, Gitmo runs right in front of her and extends an arm and goes, "Hey, you need to stop." As Medusa sees this, she literally reaches up, grabs a snake, and leeches it to the forehead of Gitmo and pushes him away. As she throws him basically in your general direction. Gitmo flies through the air again, only back this time. Wow! He does a lot of flying. As he does this, he lands directly in front of 1, 2, 3, 4. Kyle. Gitmo lands directly in front of you. All the guardians have now disappeared. because, like I said, they were stunned, and now they have vanished, now that Von Helsing has vanished. And Gitmo is now lying directly in front of you, and he's starting to turn into stone.
No.
The sand forming starts to swirl, and you see a figure step out. This figure will look familiar to some of you outside of game. This is outside of game real quick. Will look familiar to some of you outside of game. Inside of game, this looks like another relic hunter, but his eyes are a little bit red, and he has a pharaoh's helm that leads back. He is standing there with a gold and blue side. He has staff in one hand, and he also has wraps going up and down his arm and around his waist. He is standing there very staunch. He steps out, and he goes, well, now, I know I joined the right side. He takes his staff and launches it, literally tosses it directly in front of him. You see it has the wrap. Everyone, except for Jason, obviously he's not here, make me a D6 roll. Because you guys have noticed this, whenever Frank disappeared, Jason also disappeared.
Oh.
I'm upset at you. Okay. Can I use my +1 for agility?
Yes.
Thank you.
If you want to dodge. If you guys want to do anything but dodge, let me know. Alright, so 6 for Rob, or for Joe, 2 for Elvira, 4 for Kyle.
Wait, so you're saying we have a counter action? Is that what you're saying?
Technically, yes. To an extent, I'm allowing you a little bit of a counter action.
Can I do like a James Bond roll and shoot him while I'm rolling?
Thank you, Thumbtack. As all of this, you try to shoot. Your weapon, for some reason, turns into a shake weight. But it still shoots. You are firing it, and now it still shoots, and it shoots what looks like a red webbing that comes out of the this mysterious weight you have now fired.
That's nasty.
I love. Okay, we need this counter. I need how many times and Elvira facepalms. But yes, your weapon is now turned into a shake weight.
ChiefDucky's gonna be so pissed that he's not here for it.
Yes,
you know that, right?
Yes, I know. We go ahead and roll me 1d6 for your shake weight splatter.
Could we waste a spin to change it back to his normal weapon, please?
That's 6.
That is a team decision. Yes, the 6 works, and as the shake weight splatters, it actually catches the staff, and the staff spins and lands at Elvira's feet, but is immediately pulled back because the web doesn't hit anybody, but it hits the staff. Nobody is hurt in this exchange, so your rolls were for naught. But he pulls the staff back and goes, "Oh, that's how you want to play it." And that is the end of his turn. We are at the back, at the top of the order, and I'm going to start off with Ryan with the shake weight.
I vote that we waste a spin to change his weapon back.
You cannot make that decision without your final party member here.
Oh, dang it!
You wouldn't get it anyway because I'm loving/hating the shake weight.
Ryan, it is your turn, good sir.
Is there still a switch on the shake weight?
Yes.
Can I flip the switch?
It is a button, but yes, you can hit the button. You hit the button. The shake weight from this turns to nunchucks. You now have a shake weight nunchuck.
Well, hell yeah!
Again, thank you, Thumbtack, for that awesome cheer. But yes, you now have nunchaku shake weight. TM.
Registered trademark.
Thank you, TM. Oh, I'm so upset. Okay. Okay. I want to start waving it. Like, obviously, if. Yeah. So I'm going to run at the Sandy guy, and I'm going to twirl and nunchuck this dude.
Roll me a d6 for. But are you twirling it before you're running, or are you gonna run and then start to twirl?
Run and then twirl.
Okay. Real quick, we're gonna fill Mr. ChiefDucky in. There was a donation, Mr. ChiefDucky, which means Ryan's axe that he tried to fire turned into a shake weight. And now there was a switch on the shake weight. He now has a nunchaku shake weight.
Okay.
You are not with the party. Whenever all the guardians vanished, you vanished with Frank.
That's absolutely fine, man. I'm
Okay
with chilling out for right now, letting the rest of this commence.
Yep, I've got a. I apologize, but you're probably gonna miss the rest of this battle. But I've got an idea. That's okay. All right, so.
But since he's back, could I put that vote back up there?
Hey, if you put this vote up, even if it fails, you lose a spin.
No, I think in respect to Thumbtack, we need to keep it for this episode.
That is true. That is true.
No, don't start the group vote because you will fail.
All right. No group vote.
So go ahead and roll me 2d6. I'll give you a +3 for the nunchaku in honor of Thumbtack as you're trying to do this, Ryan.
You're giving me a 2d6 plus 2, which is what I already have for my weapon?
2d6 +3.
Oh,
I'm giving you an extra +1.
Oh, joyous day. You know what? I want to spin. Give me a spin.
Oh,
Ooh.
All right, we're spin the wheel.
Okie dokie. Roll your 3d6 +3, Mr.
All
Ryan.
right. So, to add suspense, I'm going to roll one at a time. 4.
Just like Peter did.
10. 16 plus 3 is 19.
That sounds good to me. Do you want to keep that as your damage roll, or would you like to roll damage? You do not get that third d6.
No, keep that as damage then.
Okay.
Yeah. 19,
because I would say you rolled higher than me, and I rolled 4d6. So, yes. As you are nunchakuing your shaking weights to the I want to shake weight right now. I just want to sit here and shake weight half the stream. Yes, enter the fitness. As you are running towards, you actually nunchaku him in the head.
That's right.
Yes, and that slams him to the ground. But as he hits the ground, yes, he does take the damage. He turns into sand.
Motherfucker.
Reminiscent of old times. As this happens, you see the sand start to seep into the cracks on the sidewalk and in the road.
I can still hear you, you know.
Yeah. Does anybody want to do anything? This is open now. Combat is now over for the moment.
Okay, since Gitmo is literally right at my feet turning into stone.
Yes, Gitmo is still turning into stone, and right now he is half stone. He's half stone. This half.
Can I,
Ducky, I saw that.
Can I grab the snake and try to like grab it by its jaws? Press to see if it opens up and
roll me a d6. Roll me a d6 -1.
-1.
You have bad teamwork, and now you're trying to save the thing that you threw. -1.
4 -1, 3.
How many spins do we have left?
We have 3.
3. Sorry.
3.
Yeah,
you can use more than one spin at a time, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you want? I will allow you this one time to use a spin after your roll.
All right, spin it.
Okay, so that will make it a 4, which will save him because that I rolled a 3, so we were gonna have to re-roll if you didn't use the spin. So good job. You snatch the snake off with your force. You pull it off, and it leaves the head.
Ow.
Wow.
But the stone has stopped. So Gitmo is laying here on the ground. He is knocked out, by the way, and his bottom half is stone. But the stone, changing into stone, has stopped. Does anybody else want to help or do anything? Or demorph or de-change?
Elvira, after watching Shade Rake Nuntaku, is just standing here literally like this. She's going to demorph
2.
as well.
2.
Alright.
So Medusa's gone as well. Is that what you're saying?
Everybody, there is no villains in front of you other than the seeping sand in the sidewalk. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. Woo!
I want to run over and try to help Gitmo.
Okay. Everybody who's going to help Gitmo, please roll me a d6.
Do you want me to roll again? Since I technically already helped.
No.
Okay.
Not involved.
Alright, 6. Is she the only one helping?
Yeah, I'm running towards the crack.
Okay. The seeping sand in the sidewalk. Yes, the 6 will do it.
Crack
You were
is
able.
back.
You go to help Gitmo, and you were able to take the head of the snake off, and he starts regaining his blue figure. Yay! He does wake up, and he is now sitting there looking up at Kyle, and Joe. Hey. What happened?
That snake lady threw a snake off her nappy weave at you,
A sneaky snake?
Yeah. It latched on your head, and you're half stone.
I'm stoned? Why?
You're not stoned. You're turning half into stone. Just look at your
Jason,
lips.
what did you do? I'm stoned. It's Jason's fault. Where did you go?
Who's Jason?
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. You know names.
I don't know what's going on.
You're not
Hold
the
on.
only one.
Gitmo literally rubs his stomach, rubs his head where he got the snake, looks away from all of you, and coming out of the sky, you see a graceful green relic hunter coming through the sky, being flanked by a bunch of tiny little things. I say a bunch. There are 4 other tiny little things, and I will ask you, Mr. Jason, what do you want to be writing?
Writing? Oh, fuck yes. Oh, I've been waiting for this all episode. I've wanted to announce my new mount all day. Are you ready for
Jesus
this?
Christ.
Are you ready for this?
Give me a name and what you're writing.
Okay, you threw me on the spot there, Chief.
I know, that's why I'm going to do this all the
Okay,
time.
fine. So I'm not, like, holding up anything. I am writing a manticore named Devin.
A manticore.
A manticore named Devin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin
Okay.
the Manticore.
Do you all see the Green Hunter riding in on a manticore, a very, very staunch manticore that is all green, but he's different shades of green. And this manticore literally flies down, being flanked by these tiny little creatures that kind of look like, well, I'm just going to say it to him. They look like damn Furbies. They all land. He lands. Ryan, we're going to jump to you since you're the only one that moved forward. What do you want to do with the seeping sand and the silly cracks?
Is there any left?
There's a little bit, not much.
Nothing.
You don't want to do nothing?
I do, but I don't. No, I don't.
As you get up to the sand and there's a little bit left, you hear from the sidewalk where the sand is going into, I'll deal with you later.
Yeah, well, I'm still here. You're slithering away, bitch.
Roll me d6.
Oh, snap.
Oh, 6.
Roll it again.
Oh.
I'm using a spin.
Oh.
Okay, we're going for another spin, ladies and gentlemen. Well, sad to say, you get a -1 to your roll.
What did you roll, Mr. Ryan?
I rolled another 6.
I rolled a 6 minus 1.
Come on!
Alright, so you have one more spin. Y'all have one more spin left. But, yes, you are fine. You felt kind of a tickle on your foot, but it was nothing. And, again, all of you hear this, a big booming voice from where Lord Von Helsing was. You hear a big booming voice goes, "I will see you next time, hunters." Then we're going to shift back to Jason, who is now being flanked by a bunch of Furbies. TM.
Furby's TM, I love how you had to throw that in there.
But yes, what does everybody else want to do? Each Furby is colored to your colors, by the way.
Elvira finally looks up from her palm now that she's not in the mask anymore. She looks through her glasses at what would, from a distance, I assume, just be little furballs flying at her. And she's going to audibly just say, "What the fuck?"
Elvira, will you roll me a d6 to see if you know what this is?
I would assume with the 1, I do not.
You do not. You do not. Okie dokie. So what is everybody going to do with their tiny little furballs that is scurrying up to them?
Oh, they're scurrying up. Elvira wants to run away. To be like, "I don't know what this is. Help!"
Wait! I need your help! Help! Wait!
Gitmo?
No.
Get
No, kidding.
And he doesn't have a Pringles can lisp.
I guess Dean will demorph. I don't know what we.
Are you want to okay? You will demorph. As you demorph, you gain your other +1 back. But you lose. You now have 1 +1 grapple, 1 +1 teamwork. You turn into your normal self. You feel a little discombobulated. That was the first time, and now, you feel the burning again on your right pectacle. Or pectacle.
Pectoral.
Pectoral.
Okay, so when Dean changes back and Kyle takes back over. Ow! What just happened?
You look down, you see a tattoo on your right pectacle, is what I'm going to call it from now. You see a tattoo of the two masks.
Huh. Kind of looks good.
That's all his reaction is.
Now the furball at your feet.
Hey, can you help me?
I bend down and pick him up and go, "What's up, little guy?"
What do you want? What do you want me to be?
A two-headed Cerberus dog.
I can try.
I rolled high enough. As in your hands, since you did not put it down, in your hands a large looming dog starts to form from the Furby TM. Starts to turn into a dog in your hands. 2 Cerberus heads, but you notice something different. There are, on this Cerberus dog, there are 2 tails, 2 heads, and on each of its paws are metal bracelets.
Okay, cool.
I like that.
And it is a very large. It is a rideable dog.
Rottweiler.
No, it is ginormous.
So,
So before he starts to change and all that, I was gonna toss him in the air. But I'm not holding him.
No, he's just you're holding him. You didn't tell me before. You're holding him. He
Cut me off.
All right. We're gonna shift. We're gonna shift to Joe now. Joe, your little Furby TM is next to you, and
Hey, you seem nice. Can you help me?
Hi. Yes. I pick it up. Hey. Okay.
Yes.
So I want you to be a seahorse.
A seahorse?
okay.
Yeah.
A seahorse. Okay.
Me,
Okay,
and
I
I'll
can-
name
A what?
I'll name you Cornelius.
Seahorse Cornelius. Okie dokie. As you say that, what do you do with the Furby TM like thing? Are you holding it still while it transforms? I'm gonna give you an opportunity to throw it up, unlike Kyle.
Okay, I'm gonna do it like in a big, like, I don't know, just go, yeah!
As you do that, it immediately starts to grow and turn into a ginormous seahorse. And when I say ginormous, it is rideable. It's got a saddle.
Oh!
I can't. What is? I'm trying to think of another word for. It's not scaly. It's ribbed. Or it's not ribbed. It looks like a seahorse. It's got layers.
Yeah.
It's rigid, is what you meant.
Rigid.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ribbed. This man said ribbed.
The seahorse is ribbed for your pleasure.
Yes.
The seahorse Cornelius forms. It is a shimmering black seahorse with a white stripe down the chest, and he lands, and he goes, "Thank you." On the back of the seahorse, you do see it's not just floating; it has very tiny wings all along its tail. I'm gonna jump back to Jason real quick. Jason, what do you want to call your two-headed Cerberus thingy?
Don't you mean Kyle/Dean?
Oh, did I say Jason? Sorry.
Yes, you did.
Yes, Kyle.
Jack and Dexter.
Dexter. TM.
Okay. As the dog appears, what do you say to your to name? Because he doesn't know his name.
I'm gonna look at one and go, I'm gonna name you Jax. And then he takes over and he looks at the other dog and go, you're Dexter.
Why am I Dexter?
Go with it.
Oh.
Why does he get to be a cool name? Jack, whatever you called him.
My name's Dean.
Well, it should be dumb.
My name's Kyle.
That's even dumber than Dean.
I was talking to Jax.
I'm still here. You can't just not talk to me. I'm ahead.
Dean takes back over. You're gonna be a good boy, though.
Yes, I will. That's Jack, by the way, or Jax. Now we're gonna zoom over to Ryan. Ryan, your little Furby's at your foot, going, "Hey, hey."
Hello. Hi. Hello.
You want to form me?
You want it for me?
Sure. But before I do you have a name?
That's what you're here for.
Okay. Great. I would like you to turn into a Valkyrie.
A what?
A Valkyrie.
That's not an animal.
No, it's a Norse god.
Do I look like a Norse god to you?
Okay, do you want an animal? Fine. You want an animal? Okay. Sleipnor. Or sleep near.
Yeah, slept near. Yeah, you got it.
Slept near.
What am I sleeping near?
That's an 8-legged horse, by the way, Josh.
Oh, I didn't know, honestly,
Yeah,
straight up.
In Norse mythology, Sleipnir is the 8-legged horse ridden by Odin.
Oh, okay, sweet. So an 8-legged. You want me to be an 8-legged thingy? Horse thingy?
Please?
Do I got wings?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As you say this, on the ground, you see this large looming 8-legged horse with wings, and I'm not talking normal wings. These are not normal wings. These are now metallic wings.
Yeah.
Like think Archangel.
Okay. I got you.
Yes, and you see this horse form, and it looks over at you and goes, "What's my name?"
With a voice like that, I'm going to name you Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Well, thank you.
Your name
I'm-
is Dwayne.
I'm pretty rocky, so be careful. Now we're gonna jump to Elvira. Elvira, you see?
It's still running from the Furby.
Yes. The Furby. Roll me a d6. Roll me a d6, Elvira.
Eaten alive by the Furby TM.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6.
Yep.
Roll again.
Oh. Elvira.
I rolled a 6.
Roll again.
What?
Okay, you
I
got. If you
rolled
don't
a
beat it.
2.
Yeah, oh, yes. I rolled a 3. So the Furby catches up to you and is now on your shoulder.
When she notices the Furby, I'm going to have her once again trip over her own feet
Hey,
and fall to the ground.
The Furby falls as well. Why did I just choose an animal? I want you to ride me. You need a mount.
Girl.
Oh.
A bit forward. She's like, do I have to?
Yes.
Okay. She's going to name something whimsical off the top of her head. Kamazats. The angry god of bats.
Yes. Yes. And
Is that my name or is that the animal that I'm being?
Kamazats in my mythology is actually just a giant... He's like Man-Bat from Batman.
Yeah. So technically, it's still an animal.
Yes, it is. I will allow it.
And
Yeah,
also,
he is a bat.
What is? Oh, okay. Well, you hear the Furby scream in pain. TM.
Scream in pain is TM, not Furby.
And you see the Furby TM grow, and now is a giant man bat. Female. Actually, no, it's not a man bat. It's a female bat. And is now hunkered over and go. Is this what you want?
She's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's my name? What's my name, homeboy?
If you are a lady, we are going to call you Susan.
Susan? Susan.
Susan. Ooh, scared myself.
Ooh, spooky Susan. Susan. Okay.
So,
That'll work.
Susan.
Susan. It's like a poozin.
Oozing.
Everybody now has their mounts. What does everybody want to do? We have to wrap this up here shortly.
Am I still flying, by the way?
You have landed.
Damn it.
You have landed.
Damn it, I wish I was still flying.
Whenever he lands, Elvira wants to walk over and, like, very gingerly place a hand on his shoulder and then grip it really tight. And I'm like, I believe we need to discuss a door and a television. And then start dragging her back towards the house.
Stop. I'm not gonna resist. I'm gonna go ahead and just go along with it.
As you're going along, your
Josh, one second. Reckless
Yes.
Fox says, "All right, guys, I'm heading out. This was an awesome stream. Hope to see a new session. Have a good night, dudes."
Yeah, Reckless.
yeah.
Every
Heck yeah.
Sunday.
See you next Sunday, Reckless.
And also, Vaughn, thank you for the host. Greatly appreciate
Yeah.
it. Sorry for that.
Yes. As you're being dragged, Devin, your manticore, latches onto your leg, so now he's in a tug of war with you and Elvira.
Oh, damn. Do I need to roll for Devin? Do I need to roll for this? Or do
Elvira, are you gonna let him be, or are you gonna keep pulling?
If the manticore's grabbed on, she'll let go.
Okay, so no, you do not need to roll. The manticore
Okay.
pulls you and goes, I have saved you.
Why do you have to give him like a Mufasa style voice? Like, oh, I have saved you.
Because in my mind, the manticore has this awesome looking mane, and
Okay.
Mufasa is.
Can I'm gonna look at Devin, and I'm gonna look into his eyes. I'm like, we have to do the thing. We practiced this, remember?
The thing. Ooh, the thing.
All right.
I don't know what the thing is.
So what? I've been wanting to do this all day. So I'm gonna, if you'll allow this, I want to hop back onto Devin and fly back into the air.
Okay.
I want to jump off.
Oh, okay. Roll me a d6.
Please let me do this. I want this to be the greatest ending to the episode. I'm spinning the wheel! That's fine. Okay, so I got a -1 on I believe it was a 1.
Oh.
What did you roll?
Let me. Oh, it was a +1.
So what'd you roll?
A 5, so 6 total.
I will allow Devin understands what you're doing and allows you to jump off of him.
Okay, so now as I'm jumping, I'm going to do like somersaults in the air and then land on one knee, on one leg, knee down, fist down, look up at everybody, superhero landing.
As you do this, everybody sees you, and I don't just mean your fellow relic hunters. I mean everybody.
Good.
There is now a news copter flying around you that caught that on screen.
Hell yeah.
As that happens, Drac appears and goes, "You must get back now. Hop and go." As that happens, he fades through his gate. We leave you. That is the end of the episode of everybody hopping on their mounts.
All right, cool.
Yeah, for real though, Thumbtack. Yeah, that knee is dead. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Well, the reason why I wanted to do
Oh,
the superhero land, I was going to do that whenever I was flying in with the Furbies, but I was letting you do your DM thing. Didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted to do that.
Oh, now that you've done that, I've got a perfect way to start off the next episode. So thank you, and your farewell to your knee.
That's absolutely fine. I'm actually going to do the whole Deadpool thing too, and like as I'm getting, I'm like, oh.
But that is the end of our episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I would say for our first stream, I am very proud. I am very proud of all my relic hunters, including including El Gitmo over here.
Honestly,
El
like
Gitmo?
the highlight of the chat was everybody talking about Andrew's dog, Elvira's
No,
dog.
the
I
highlight.
have not looked in the chat.
The highlight of tonight's episode is you biffing it in your chair.
Hey, look,
Like that is
listen here. Listen, all right. I was running back to my chair. I didn't want to keep holding everything up.
Please tell me that's a clip already.
For the past 2
Did somebody
weeks.
clip that? Oh,
Yeah, somebody clip that.
oh.
Another cool thing is my brother out of nowhere again with the $50.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
another
Thank
50?
you.
Awesome.
Thank
No, I'm saying like that's
Oh.
the second time he's done that.
Oh, I was
Thank-
like, I
thank
didn't get the
you, Hunter.
notification for it. But yes, So, Josh, you want to talk about what we're going to do typically after the shows, or do you want me to explain?
Well, I'm gonna say again, I'm gonna thank Scabbard for letting you guys can all check out the bios, everything. I will be updating it with the mounts and everything here this week.
Can we post the Scabbard link in the message chat?
Yeah, we do need to post the link in the chat.
Yep.
I will give me 2 seconds. I'll do that as soon as I'm done talking. But I want to thank Scabbard. It's an awesome site. Go check out our backstory and stuff. And you can, if you do your own D&D stuff, do it there. I want to thank Hyper RPG again. For giving not the idea, but for giving the basis. And yes, Joe repping Hyperforce there. But I wanted to thank them, and I want to thank all of our donations, our subscribers, everybody that's talking in chat, our host, yes, Mr. ChiefDucky, bow down.
No, I meant Thumbtack for being a host with 100.
Oh yes, Thumbtack, yes, as well. Sorry about that. I was going to say, yes, thank you, Thumbtack, for making Shake Weight Nunchaku the best weapon I could think of. So thank you. And
could not believe. I could not. I physically did not process while sitting here.
But yes, other than that, I just want to hope everybody had a good time. I want to go ahead and release the Relic Hunters that need to get to bed. Mainly, I'm gonna call out Joe because she has to work in the morning. So
save lives and whatnot. Whatever.
Yes, save lives while I go murder chickens. Okay.
Yep.
On that note. Goodbye.
Hi, Joe.
Good night. But does anybody in the chat have any questions for any of the Relic Hunters? I was gonna say I don't have anything more to go on right now, so I'm free open for all questions and from my Relic Hunters as well. If you guys want to ask me any questions about what happened tonight, do you want more info?
1 second, I need to go back to the editor and make a scene where the nameplates aren't scattered, because now the nameplates are scattered. So give me like 2 seconds, chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, this would be a great time to ask about.
Okay, there we go. They can hear you talk now.
Every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central, we are here. So.
And we're going to be here for the foreseeable future, as far as I know, because I've got plenty of episodes that I can dump on y'all. And ChiefDucky and I have talked about it a little bit. And stop me if I'm wrong, Mr. Chief.
Yep.
But in the future, we are looking to kind of ChiefDucky does stream every morning at 10 a.m. Central, usually to about 2 p.m. Central.
2 or so, yeah.
Yeah, about 2 or so. But if with his blessing, we are going to start on other nights other than Sunday, maybe doing a little thing. Maybe Ryan will do something Sunday. Me, Kyle, Joe, basically whatever we want to do, whatever needs to be done. So.
Okay, so while he's talking about that, what he means by that, I'm going to give all of you, which I don't know if he informed you or not, all of you are getting permissions to the channel. Like,
cool.
So whenever I give you that permission, even whenever I'm not streaming, you can log in and stream directly to this channel.
Cool.
Just make sure he's not streaming first.
Well, that's again, my schedule's 10 to 2 every single day.
Yeah.
So but anytime before 10 or after 2, you guys can seriously just boot up Streamlabs OBS on your PC or whatever streaming software you want to use and stream directly to Twitch. And, since this is going to be a thing, I don't know, like, I'm thinking about changing the name of the channel. Slightly.
Okay.
Still going to be ChiefDucky, but I'm probably going to try to, I don't know how name changes work on Twitch, but ChiefDucky and Friends or ChiefDucky.
You can do one once every 60 days.
Incorporate.
Yeah.
And it's a full name change. It changes your domain and everything. So
That might be a thing. That way we don't have to make a completely separate channel.
ChiefDucky and Co.
That works actually. So
Yeah.
But that's something that we are going to. Not immediately. That's not going to be an immediate change to the.
No,
name.
that's a couple weeks out. But I wanted to.
But yes, like Josh was saying, you guys can stream to the channel, do what you want, don't care.
Heck yeah. So does anybody have questions for me or our Relic Hunters? Do any of my Relic Hunters have any questions for me as well?
No, but I will say that I did enjoy this opening episode, like being in the city,
Yeah.
getting everybody together. I thought it was definitely, it was very, I'm trying to think of the word here. I liked it. Let me just say that I liked it. Because it...
Let me think of a word. I like it.
Yeah, let me just rephrase it. I liked it.
That's a big-ass bird.
But,
I like
for,
it.
for those who don't know, I actually joined in on Josh's last campaign super late. By super late, I mean they were already in the midst of doing a bunch of stuff. So I joined in as a temporary character once as the creature of the Black Lagoon. I gave the voicing. I did all that shit. My first time I was super awkward because I'm like, I don't know what to do. But after that first session, I was like, I wouldn't mind coming in or sitting in or whatever. So that's how I'm here because I enjoyed it. I discussed it with Josh, and now I'm part of the Relic Hunters. So.
Yep, this is our core 5. I was to say this is going to be the team unless one of you dies, which I'm not afraid to kill a ranger or hunter.
Ranger
TM.
While we still have the viewers here, it doesn't look like anybody has any questions at the moment.
Not that I can see.
Yeah, it didn't look like any right now.
But that's absolutely fine, I will go ahead and show this one more time. That way those who are still here. So whenever we reach 30 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. It will be for issue number 28 of MMPR variant cover. I'm taking it out, being super careful with it so it doesn't tear or bend. And that is the variant cover. Once we hit 30 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway for this issue. So yeah.
I do have a request before we get off here. ChiefDucky, I know you've got other people followed on Twitch that are hosting right now. Does everybody want to raid?
Oh shit! I mean, who are we raiding?
I don't know. The people I've got on here are Perception Studio, Christopher Kamen Lee, which is Andros from In Space.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And the other, and then Cave Geek Art. So it's up to you what you guys want to raid. Like I said, I don't know who you follow. I know you follow Perception Studio, and they're actually trying to make partner right now. So, and I do want to thank them for my wonderful training with ye old puppet here. So,
well, if they don't mind, I don't know. Some people are really finicky about that kind of shit. But
they love raids.
Go ahead and raid them. Raid them. I don't give a damn.
How do
raid?
Oh, I gotta post that scabbard real quick.
I will talk to you next week.
Okay.
I don't know what is a raid. I don't know what that is.
Raid basically takes all the viewers in this channel and basically says, "Hey, hop on my back. We're going to a different channel."
Oh, okay.
Okay. I know how to do it. So it's what's the full name?
Before you do it, let me post scabbard.
Will do. Isn't it just Perception Studio?
Yeah, it should be up on. I don't know how yours is set up. It should be on the left side.
Well, I can't go to the Twitch page because of the display capture.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So let me just pull up their channel really quick. Are they still live?
We are.
Last time I checked.
No, it's Perception Studio because
Oh, I don't know.
On the mobile, I don't see them as live.
Alright. Yes, here is the scabbard, everybody.
Yes, they are. They have. They are live right now. Yes.
Perception Studio, there they are. Oh yeah, they are live. Fuck. Okay, want me to go ahead and raid them then?
If everybody's up for it. There is the Scabbard link in the chat, by the way. If you guys want to go check out Scabbard, we also have a Facebook group that you guys can go join. I was going to say, it's just all in fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode tonight.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you guys.
And then, if people did miss it, can they still catch it on your channel?
Yes, everything is archived to the channel. I should have hit recording because, like, even though I didn't record this first episode, what I'm going to do for the next ones, I'm going to hit record and then start stream. That way we have two backup files, just in case we need to send to somebody to chop it down, put it on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah,
if
YouTube.
If I can figure out how to grab it from your Twitch, at some point I may post it on YouTube. Oh, sweet. So it will be up on YouTube at some point. That's what I'm hoping. So they will be both on ChiefDucky's Twitch channel and YouTube. So.
Yep. So anybody else got anything to say? Kyle, Ryan, either one of you?
No, this was fun. We'll hope to see everybody on here next week.
Okay. Before we do raid, I'm going to tell you guys one more thing. Next week, we are going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be more introductions, not hunter-wise, but a villain and good guy-wise. You guys get your first sneak peek, or not sneak peek, but your first view of Castle Drac.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Oh, boy. All right, so yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, my name's Mickey Mouse. Oh, we're going to find Sora and
TM.
Oh boy, you said oh boy.
Alright, so guys, we're gonna raid Perception Studio. Just let them know that Chief sent you. Have fun. They're a great channel. Amazing. I dislike puppets. Oh, excuse me, Felted Friends.
Felted Friends, yes.
I dislike Felted Friends for the longest time, but they're okay. They're okay.
Thank you, Thumbtack, again. Hey, dude, as long as you can join and catch all the fun, go rewatch what you wasn't able to watch the first half. So, dude, just come on. I know today was Super Bowl Sunday, so I was going to say that it happens.
By the way, who won? Does anyone know?
Patriots.
The Pats.
No!
13-3. It was a very defensive game, unfortunately.
Dang.
It was 3-3 at halftime.
Dang.
All right, guys.
We got
Well,
5 viewers ready to raid, and we're gonna raid.
I'm out of here.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Adios.
All right, later.
All right.
Ooh.
All right, so we're raiding their chat right now. So I'm going to head into the stream.